M-I-S-E-R-Y, it's the miserable media. M-I-S-E-R-Y, it's the miserable media. It's the miserable media.
It's the miserable media.
Welcome to the Miserable Media. I am your host, Brett Grau, alongside Bondi Blue. This is the show that takes a look at the recent news stories from the perspective of the miserable bastards that had to bring it to you, the media themselves. Now, the show operates on a basic principle. If you can understand that the newscast aims to make you miserable by the end of it, think about how miserable the poor bastards, again, that had to do it, work on it all week long, deal with all the producers, deal with all the photographers, deal with all the sound bites, the cutting, the editing, and of course the dreaded AP Newswire. Brittany, what's going on, baby? How you?
I'm good. You know, I'm 2 weeks out of the news game, and I'm happy.
Hey, congratulations on that, by the way.
you.
I'm about a year out of the newscast. I had you know what? It was a pleasure. I had a pleasure
Yes.
of directing our local morning newscast for a decade plus, and we had some good times. But man, it was
Yes.
time to get the hell out of there. for
Gotta
sure.
leave, gotta go.
It's awful by the end.
It was really terrible. I mean, like we want y'all to understand. We met great people, but the news is stressful within itself. Murders, dead babies, crazy people, politics, like bullshit. And just in recent years, the Trump. So it's been a lot.
I mean, you got the president calling us, fake news, and rightfully so. From a lot of, rightfully so. We're not going to be, loving on Trump, that's for sure. But fake news, I know it triggers. It triggers, people that have been in the media and media haters alike. But
Fake
it's
news to an extent, because what that fucktoid was talking about was when you tell the truth about somebody that's trying to lie. That was fake news for him, okay? But fake news for us is regurgitating bullshit so that you'll look over here while you're getting fucked over here.
Well, no doubt. I mean, look, when it comes to Trump, what I feel for is the poor people that come into the newsroom. And we did this morning show,
man.
so it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you got and
Tweets!
there's a hero of a young producer girl. She probably had aspirations of being on camera at one point.
Always.
But maybe she didn't quite have the talent for it. Maybe
She's had the look.
some executive
weight.
news director probably whispered to her, you don't exactly have
The look. She doesn't have the right
looking
hair.
for. Poor girl. So she comes in, first thing she does, and I don't know if people know about this, but she hops onto her AP Newswire. First thing we're gonna do, let's get on the AP. And this is just like the trough, the hog trough that just here comes all the news stations all across the country.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you do when you get up and you get on Twitter and you want to see what's trending. It's like a shitload of stuff you don't care about, and maybe one or two things that might perk your interest. This is basically like that, except for it's everything that happened everywhere last night.
And and when you go online on Facebook or whatever, and you see the reels of all the intros and the local broadcasts, and they're all the same.
3, 2, 1.
And it's all the same intro. It's like
3, 2,
it's always
1.
some corny like intro line,
3, 2, 1.
and it's all the same thing. It's basically because of the AP Newswire. Remember in 5th grade when you had to do a book report and you go to the encyclopedia
And try to make sure you change some of the
Sure,
words.
you gotta figure out, you gotta change some of the words, make it seem like you didn't just copy it out. Oh, why don't they just copy it out? You gotta add the local diction to it. That's what you do, the diction.
Yo.
I'm talking about. We gotta add the local diction. So she pulls it up, she copies over her thing, spews it out to the world. Now, like, you do your research, you find out Reuters is the owner of AP, and I don't need to get too much into a conspiracy or anything, but Reuters is basically just big time money control people. Fucking Rothschilds. We ain't up here talking about the
Illuminati.
We ain't. This is a show about the Illuminati. We're not talking about. Whatever. who knows? The Illuminati, it might be a thing.
We're gonna call them the Illuminati for lack of a better term.
Look, I mean, we're gonna come to an understanding of free thought you don't need an organized Illuminati for like the big time money interests to be able to get together and decide like how they're gonna fuck over the world. No, you know what I mean? And trust me,
everyday small middle
America. And we're gonna on this show we're gonna agree to understand that the media is tied to the big money interests in the world, is tied to the political interest in the world, is tied to basically, I mean, the people that run the world run the media, and I shit you not, it's a matter of logging on every morning, copying over this garbage that is just spewed to you every morning. So let's take a look at what has been in the news recently.
She was a reality TV star who wound up working in a reality TV star's White House.
Omarosa, I don't know whose hands you want to cover you right now, but you're not going to get it from us. I just want to let you know, and I meant us as in black people. Okay? You left us in the dust a long time ago, sis. So you going to go ahead and figure this shit out yourself, even though I am somewhat proud of you. Because, I mean, you did record every damn thing that happened and have proof of everything that's in your book Unhinged. While I will not be buying it, if anybody has a bootleg version of the audiobook, hit me up.
All I know is, I don't know, Trump tweeted something, right? He tweeted
that she was a dog.
He tweeted you give something about you give a low life dog a shot at the title and they fail or something. All right. All I got to say is, what are you doing giving away shots at the White House to low-life dogs and shit?
I'm just saying.
Where's the media to ask that question? We saw this girl, she was in like, what was his show? The Apprentice.
She was in The Apprentice more than once. And she was his little black lackey.
I don't know. I mean, but like, she's a freaking circus act.
I would absolutely fucking hate to have to shoot these stories every day. I would hate to be a photographer in the room when he's doing these speeches. I would hate to be the photographer in the room trying to keep a hold of where Sarah Huckabee's eye is going. Like, I would just really like for us not to have to go through that as photographers. It's too much stress.
Did y'all see Barack Obama at the Beyoncé concert? I'm sorry. What the fuck is this doing in my broadcast? I'm sorry. It's just that to like piss you off. Let's go from Trump.
On social media,
let's go to Trump. And by the way, did you see President Obama being real? Be real. You know, I don't need a reminder about how smooth and slick the president before Trump was. I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, I kind of, you know, it's like.
Why? We have to be reminded how fucking smooth and almost black Clinton was.
What? He was a Democrat. Y'all loved him. He don't even count. That's what I'm saying. Where is the story? But you
Why
didn't
can't be about our black president? The only one that
because
we
it's irrelevant. It's just thrown in there.
Absolutely.
Thrown in there to piss people off because you go from freaking Trump.
Or make them happy.
You go from Trump who's up there screaming with his freaking veins popping out of his neck, and you can easily tell when the man's lying. It's like the most qualifying aspect now is who can lie the best, and you get to be president. Well, Trump, he can't lie very good because you can tell every time that vein starts jumping out the neck. But what I don't need is a reminder about how great Barack Obama was at the motherfucker. I mean, I don't. Like, I know he was smooth as shit because he get up there and start talking about, we got a coalition. I'm not gonna do my Barack impersonation. I will not. But you know about how we got a coalition ready to go kill people. And everyone's like, damn, bro, we got a coalition.
I mean, at least that's better than
I'm so excited. Barack's telling us about a coalition. But Trump's up there.
Space Force.
I don't care. But Trump's up there with his vein. It don't need to be in there. It's in the news. This does not affect you. It just ain't. It's just thrown in there to piss everybody off. Let's follow the freaking Trump story with Barack. Why does it piss me off? Because this is talking about journalism. Where's the story about George W. going to the George Strait concert the week before that? Where Bill Clinton could walk into the Rippington's jazz concert with 3 strippers on the leashes.
And he would definitely be in the
And that
news.
shit would not make the fucking newscast.
Yes,
but we gotta have Barack. But make sure Barack's up there dancing. Trump might be a better dancer than Barack.
Oh.
People, the entertainers dying in the newscast. This is news.
That is definitely news.
This is news.
Yes.
All right. Maybe Aretha Franklin is definitely newsworthy.
Who else are we talking about?
We're now of the impression, multiple news sources are reporting, including TMZ, the online site, that Post Malone is on this jet.
Yeah, we're talking about Porter Malone, Post Malone.
First of all,
Bro.
Post Malone is famous.
No,
and he didn't
Post
die.
Malone is about as famous as my left ass cheek. But look, somebody broke into the television the other day. It was Fox or something, talking about we have a.
Oh, Post Malone's plane situation.
We have
He was on a plane.
We have an understanding that rapper Post Malone is undergoing some air traffic control.
Like, who Post Malone could show up right now, punch me in the face, and I wouldn't know who the Post Malone is.
I would know.
No, I would
I
not.
would know. And
This
it's only
is
because I
not
saw him on the
news.
VMAs last night.
This
I
is
saw him
not
on the
news.
VMAs.
Stop with this
What?
entertainment bullshit. So nobody cares. The lead story is Beyonce's baby. What is?
I want to do entertainment news. That's what I want to do.
Producer girls, producer men, deciding which
You're
AP
trying to give something for everybody.
bullshit. And no, I don't need that from my newscast. You want to cry and talk about, we're not fake news. We are a good public freaking service, and we have dignity and all that shit.
I'm for you to be this mad about something more important.
No, for what? The Post Malone?
Yes.
Damn right I'm about Post Malone. The damn dude. Because this is what's wrong with the kids.
You giving him time right
Because
now
my
talking
kids.
about him. You
Because
don't even know.
I don't know.
Babe,
Because maybe
you know,
my
you're
kid
every
didn't know
little
who
white
Post
boy.
Malone was until he showed up on the
How old is your
newscast.
kid?
And now 11. And now she wants.
She shouldn't know
and
who
that,
Post Malone is.
and now she wants barbed wire tattoos across her face because this fool's plane was running out of fuel or some shit. Who cares? Ask yourself
If he would
this.
have died, people would have cared.
It's a
Post
matter
Malone.
it's a matter of journalism. Ask yourself this
I
before
think
you
that
put it
story
into the
was something that
newscast.
should have been in the newscast.
Does
It was
this
a plane going down.
does this affect the public? Does this affect you?
If you the public knew where the plane going down.
Well, look, here's the problem. CNN, 24-hour news site. The newscast don't need to be no damn 4.5 hours long. That's for sure, Brittany.
I know that.
The NFL preseason got started, right? Lo and behold,
I'm just glad I ain't got to work for it.
Lo and behold, I saw the local meteorologist, and I shit you not, out at the tailgate at 3 o'clock in the morning or at 4 o'clock in the morning when they were.
Who's tailgating that early?
We've done it. Look, and everybody that has, all you NFL cities, that have, a team preseason.
Yes.
Y'all all done this shit.
Yes.
You go out, you create a fake tailgate.
Oh yeah, you have somebody from your marketing team be out there with a tent and a barbecue and food cooked from Rouse's.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. And look, the night before you called your partner and you told him, look, we need a tailgate at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So just be
You
in
come out-
a parking lot near the arena.
Right, around the arena, it's still dark outside, and we got a tailgate going on.
Okay, cooking
It's like,
barbecue
how about- and
by
this
the
is-
light of an SUV.
Sure, and this is the first thing you see. This is the lead story, right?
The
So
lead
so
story
right off
that
the
morning.
bat, first thing in the newscast, let's say, hey, we are a bunch of disingenuous son of a bitches. You just created a fake scene for you. You're like, fake news?
Or,
You
hold up.
literally just created a fake scene
We
behind
made it.
me.
We
I
made
mean,
it. We made it.
Nobody woke up. Nobody's
Okay,
been.
but
This
wait,
is not
wait,
the
wait.
day people have been waiting for. The
No.
preseason game. Nobody
my
cares.
My favorite thing is when they go to a local bar or place where people get breakfast early in the morning and interview the same person 2 days in a row about the same
And you
thing.
know the poor person is not.
Play it right
answering.
there.
And this
Same
is the worst.
guy.
And the
He was
photographer.
there Wednesday. He was there Thursday.
And this is why I could never be a reporter, because the damn person don't want no camera in their face trying to eat
Let
their
me
damn
smile
food.
extra hard at 4
I'm
o'clock
sure-
in the morning about a football
'Cause-
game.
'cause
Yes, I'm here. I'm
and-
so excited.
Right?
That's what they want you to do.
Yeah, and then they put it in the woman's face. She ain't got no makeup,
Makeup on. Oh, they
She
love
ain't
us to
care.
roll
She's
up
trying
on
to eat
you
again
when you
like.
got no makeup on.
Yeah, they look real good. But you're not gonna put them on the newscast. But
Oh, they run. I love when they run.
And I
from
certain-
you come with the camera and like anybody that don't want to be on camera, I'll be an asshole and like purposefully put you on camera. I won't edit you in my video, but I'll make you feel like I'm shooting you because you're working on my nerves. Ain't nobody worrying about you.
But-
You're in the background, okay?
Sure.
Singing in the background. Be in the background, bitch.
And these are common problems, a common theme we're gonna see, and we'll see it with the kneeling for the anthem.
Yes,
Is
the your news is being dictated by people who you probably don't fucking like.
Well,
like
look, they're not interested in bringing people together.
No, this is about creating issues.
You can take this spin, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the soundbite from the person over here, and you're going to take the soundbite from over here.
You gotta get to opposing sides.
But you're not going to. But far right and far left.
Yes.
And where are the middle people? Where are the middle people that can work shit out together?
I mean, every once in a while we get them, and those are the only people we get, so we have to use them. Those are a good day. When you get somebody that's good and that's all you got.
Sure. But you know what? Because you know why? The middle people would get together, and they'd be smart enough to be like, you know who the real enemy is? The government, the big money interests, the people that are feeding you the newscast. So that's what they're going to do. That's what it's all about. Well, what do you mean as a whole?
Shout out to Maxine Waters.
See, this is a problem with the kneeling for the anthem thing. Now, like, pull up the soundbite from Colin Kaepernick 2 years ago, you know, and he had a long list of shit that he was protesting. You know what I mean?
Mainly for police brutality and the murder.
But look, he mentioned all kind of shit, but you know, we're gonna focus on that part because that's the part that's furthest over here, you know. But you know, he's also what you hear from other people is like, you know, I understand. Everybody in this country will not disagree that we have no representation. The lobbying shit's out of control. The government has run amok.
And police departments are militarized, and that is unnecessary and not a good way to have. Like, you know, it's not a good way to have a police department. If you want them to trust the people in the neighborhood to come and tell you when stuff is going on, then it would be best for them to trust that you won't shoot them.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, true. Look, that there is an element of truth to that. Okay, there is no doubt. All right,
because that's a real fear.
The question, the problem that I have is why don't you take, you know, the common ground? You know, like, look, I'm not gonna go kneeling at the stadium for the national anthem because I know that there's some dude having their moment during the anthem.
You know why?
You understand? But you have to understand the protest, even from the conservative side of it.
That's
like,
the thing.
Damn it, this country, we got no representation.
Right. See,
we agree that the country sucks.
Even understanding.
Let's agree and go get the motherfuckers.
Okay, but what you have to understand, Brett, is even understanding the plight is almost agreeing. So in some way, even if you're on the other side of something, you can't actually acknowledge the truth of it because it negates your points. And I don't know if y'all watch any of these commentators go back and forth, but one of the main things I've noticed following Miss Angela Rye is that people like to negate the facts and give off opinion and feels and what it feels like and all this bullshit. Fact is, the system is corrupt. Y'all set people up to fail, and then y'all act as if it's all on them and they're bad people. There's no such thing. Like, they think everybody in jail. That was like the misconception. If you're in jail, you're a terrible person, you're a criminal. Until you find out that everybody is a fucking criminal.
Don't judge me. You spent 10 years in the damn newsroom. You be miserable too, man. Don't be judging us up here miserable. It's fine. Don't worry about us. Well, next story.
An explosive report alleging a cover-up of Catholic priest sex abuses dating back decades.
This one right here, there's 300 priests, 300 priests in Pennsylvania touching little kids. They touching them. And the Catholic Church been covering it up the whole damn time. You know, most of these things that we see are like these little things that they like to blow up into big things. You know, it don't matter. Doesn't this one seem a little undercover?
Yeah, like a big thing that they made look very little.
It's like I saw it somewhere like in the middle of the C block. You know what I mean? For like,
this is what's going on in the Catholic Church. Y'all the fucking kids. Yet, at Christ the King, we have time to worry about what's going on with young ladies' hair. We have time to worry about hairstyles while priests are out here fucking
300 of them. This isn't like fucking a small group of like, you know, touching the kids.
No.
How many priests they got in Pennsylvania? I think they got like 1,200. So like you in Pennsylvania, and you go to the Catholic Church, you bring your kids to the. He's got 25% chance of getting touched, molested, whatever, by the priest. 300 of them.
Why we ain't going no more?
You could fill up the football field with a priest. It's just a line, and at the end is a poor kid ready to be abused by the priest. And it's not even the newscast. However, you know what is in the newscast? Every freaking syphilitic puss that Trump wants to throw his piece in. We talking about it 24/7. Stormy Daniels titties. We talking about child rape. It don't get no worse than this. It don't get no worse than this.
No, it doesn't.
It's in the C block.
But you know why?
45
That's because we
seconds.
become desensitized.
And then you see, like, look, the
This is
reporter,
that.
they have the reporter interviewing the bishop. And they're like, the reporter's, like, all apologetic for having to be there.
So how does this, how is this affecting you at this time now?
how do
Do
you-
you feel that this is going to
does the
mess in
Catholic
any
Church-
way with your
And
congregation?
How about, like, get the cops in there to arrest this son of a
no,
bitch
but not
right now.
everybody. Not
They
everybody.
raping kids. Hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your little Catholic
Okay.
Church. They be like raping
up.
everybody out here.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah,
are.
That's how you do.
Shout out to Antoine Dodger.
That's
Okay,
my boy.
shout out to him.
But here's the point. If you don't like, here's the point, and I think it's an important one for our viewers. If you don't like something, you don't have to go. You don't have to do it. You don't have to read it. You don't have to buy it.
And you
certainly-
damn sure don't have to complain about it
You
to
don't-
people who don't give a fuck.
And
like
you don't have
me.
to watch it. You don't have to watch the motherfucker.
Your
Turn the
phone.
news off.
And
But
get off your
watch
phone,
this
too.
show on YouTube.
Yeah. After you watch us, get off your phone.
Also, so after, you know what, they didn't really cover the priest sucking off the kids, but what we did see in the broadcast is this poor little Brittany. Tell her about the girl.
Poor little black girl like Minnie, okay? At Christ the King. In Gretna, of course, of all places. Doesn't Gretna have the highest arrest rate in the country right now?
And this speaks to the media.
Yes.
I brought that to our news person's attention. You know what I mean? I'm always surprised what they run with and what they're just like. And I was like, did you know Gretna? This is a local city in the viewing area. Did you know Gretna is the highest arrest rate in the world? You have more chance of getting arrested in Gretna than anywhere on the
getting a
planet.
fucking
This
traffic
seems like big
ticket.
news.
Ugh.
They're like, no, I don't think that's.
I'm gonna tell
something
y'all
we wanna
something.
touch. I mean, on the same note.
If I hadn't met a black police officer that worked for Gretna and I met Minnie, I wouldn't know anybody worked for him.
Well, look, I mean, I'm telling you.
You heard me say colored, right? Okay.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I'm just saying, things happen and you just be like, what's going on?
Even-
But look, so this little girl goes to school. Y'all know school just started. She had her hair in braids. I don't know if you know this, Caucasian people, but African American people and other people of African ethnicity like to braid their hair. And what we do, because it makes our hair neat and it keeps it all together without it getting all knotted up, so that y'all can't be out here calling us nappy. All right.
Oh, like Imus.
Okay.
Get him out of here.
So we get
Nappy-headed hoes.
we
He
get
said it on
braids
TV. I saw
done
it.
with extra hair added so that it protects your hair and the style can stay for longer.
Look.
So this young lady,
My wife got fake hair too.
We know your wife. Get the clip in.
She's
Calm down.
Middle
That's
Eastern
not the same
looking,
thing.
though.
She is not.
No, we did the Ancestry.com.
She
They
looked like
tested
a
her blood.
Metairie
They tested her
white
blood.
woman to me.
She's Italian and
She's
Middle
lovely,
Eastern.
though.
She's Lebanese.
She's lovely.
She's Lebanese. I'm very sympathetic
She's
and
very
cultural.
funky.
And
I like her.
I like a lot of ethnicity.
You
in
know,
my life.
Lebanese is like their closest thing to being black without
We
being
love it.
black at all. Like they like that in Argentina.
That's another thing about the damn newscast. Always throwing race in you. Like, can we not?
Sir,
Why does everything
y'all
have
made
to
it
be
this way.
racist?
Y'all made it this
I
way.
mean, that's fair enough, but at some point we gotta
Is it
move
fair
away
enough?
from it.
Is it-
Can we just
But okay,
stop?
But
with
what
it?
about this story? How can you not say that this is in some way
All right.
racially
No,
insensitive?
it's racial because they're stupid. Go.
Like her hair. Why would you expel her or keep her from getting an education because you deem her hair unnatural?
This a private school.
It's a Catholic school.
Oh, man, see, this is a Catholic private
But I
school.
still
They're very
feel
prominent
like that's
in
not
our
okay.
area.
I don't care. That is
look,
not okay.
it's a private organization.
And as a black person, I am not sending my child to a school where she is made to feel like there's something wrong with the way she represents her blackness.
And guess what? You don't have to send your child there because it's
I
a
won't.
private school.
I won't.
Fair enough. I'm just saying.
But they
look,
damn sure want me going to all these old fuck ass charter schools. I ain't got time for y'all. I'm trying to get out of this old terrible ass state so I can get my child a good education.
this state is.
I'm just saying. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Okay? Don't lie. Don't
Whatever,
lie.
whatever.
Don't lie.
I don't know.
We
I'm
live
not-
in Louisiana.
I'm not-
Don't lie.
I don't
We live in
underst-
Louisiana.
I don't understand your.
We live in
you know,
Louisiana.
Cultural,
It's amazing that we sitting right here right now. It's Louisiana. Amazing. Black
hot,
people,
hot
white
as
people
hell.
together. Not fucking, because we all know
Well, that's what it look.
We know for some interracial relationships.
Because, no,
Ugly ass black dude, fat ass white girl, you can find that
I just
out
got
there.
I got the 30. I got the 30. That's what we got. Because that's how it is. Look, with the Creole, the Cajuns, everybody know they part
I
black,
am
part
Creole.
French,
How you doing?
all that French and Canadian. You know, look, I mean, we are down with each other. That's what I'm saying. Like the newscast would have you thinking that like
But that's
the
because we live in New Orleans.
racism in the world is just running rampant. I walk outside my door, we hugging and kissing each other. I don't buy all this
Second line
fucking.
in this shit.
I don't
They in the
buy.
street.
I don't buy that this world's at a
Together.
race war. You know where there is a motherfucker? You know where there is a race war?
Second line together. Sweating.
South Africa has a race war going on, and it's not being reported. Not at
No,
all.
it
You know
hasn't
why?
been.
Because
It
black
hasn't been.
people are attacking the fuck out of some white people. We can't show the Americans this shit. We can't be giving them
wanna
no.
see that shit.
We
I
can't
wanna
be.
see that.
We can't be giving them no ideas.
So
over
wait a
here.
minute, y'all.
Cut that shit out of the newscast. No South Africa.
We can't show that.
See, that's the shit I
We
keep
can't
bringing
show-
them.
But I want to see.
Y'all don't
I
want to talk.
want to see like buku, like real dark skinned black people beating the fuck out
Trust
of
me,
some
they
people
are. The
with,
government.
Like, slippers.
The government straight up said. This is not. Why? How is this not in the newscast? It should be like the whole A block.
All right then. This has been quite the episode.
Hey, maybe you'll
of the
have.
Miserable Media.
Maybe you'll see some more from us.
Maybe we'll do more. We want to do more. I hope you guys will come back and watch.
Hey, it's been fun. You know, try to not be so miserable. American media. Bye.